What's up, you guys? I wanted to just hop on here and express some things. I just want to let this energy flow. I am in this process of knowing something when something comes up and then releasing it right away when I know it's not an energy to hold on to. So I am just going to put that out there and would like to express this. But before I do, I would like to say a prayer for us. Father, thank you for the gifts and talents you've given me. Help me to see the areas where I can rise higher. Help me to sharpen and improve my skills. I thank you for giving me favor and causing me to be noticed. I desire to serve diligently with an attitude of excellence so that I can bring you glory in everything that I do. In Jesus' name, amen. And here it is. Pain isn't actually, it's not an easy thing to understand. Okay, let me grab my cards. Pain is not an easy emotion, is a very heavy emotion. It's actually not easy to understand at times, and it can very well destroy a relationship. It can very well destroy a family. Okay. Pain is to heal. It is not to hold on to. Pain is also something that is not very easy to heal from. It takes a lot of practice. I'm using my affirmation deck. And while pain has taken over our siblings, family members who think they have a problem with you, while pain has taken over our family, our friends, you are now looking back. You're now looking at them like it's getting to them. It's getting to them. And there is really nothing that we can do about it but to have more self-control. Because you see, in having to react to the pain they are projecting onto you isn't actually going to help you either by reacting to them projecting onto you. Does that make sense? Because in having to react back to them while they're projecting onto you, it is going to just harm the both of you. It isn't actually saving the both of you. One of you guys have to step back and, of course, be the bigger person, and really having to look at it from having more self-control and looking at it from a bigger perspective. Pain is destructive, and it can very well be destructive, and it can be very destructive to us first and then outward. It isn't, in fact, causing more pain to other people. It is causing you more pain, and you are just now getting everybody else involved by projecting the pain. Pain is excruciating, and it takes a lot of patience to grow from this type of pain that we are holding on to. Cancer season, I'm gonna move the camera, you guys. Cancer season is I'm getting like this is really teaching us to be more patient. Exactly. This is testing our patience. You see, there's a lot coming up when it comes to family matters, when it comes to our roots, when it comes to having to get to know where we are with our heart. And everything that is rooted in the heart, everything that is rooted in there, you know, that's your parents, that's your family, that's your siblings, that's your roots, that's your inner security. That is exactly what happened to you at home when you were just a little kid. So whatever is arising now in Cancer season, and whatever it is that you're feeling in here in your heart space, you're now really having to heal from all of that. Cancer season is now washing it away, purifying it, and going, oh, okay, what's wrong with me in this department? What is actually wrong with me in this department, and what can I do for myself to heal from this? What can I do for myself to soothe it? Because you see, pain can take over someone's whole being without them even knowing that it is taking over their whole being. I have had to heal from a lot of pain in my lifetime, and I suppose that I still am healing from a lot of pain in my life. I have gone through a lot of great childhood trauma, sometimes having to heal from it on my own, alone, without any support from any family members. Sometimes I feel like I have to do it all alone, and breaking the generational curses, the habits, the cycles on my own, without having to have any support from family members. And I suppose that Cancer season is triggering a lot of that inside of me. There is much to learn from when it comes to pain. And when you have a friend who sincerely and genuinely understands you, hold on to them, because they are the ones who is going to help you get yourself out of that pain. Because sometimes it's not your family. It is in fact your family who is triggering you, and there's nobody in this world. There's nobody in this world that can trigger you more than your own family, your own mother, your own father, your own siblings, more than anybody in this world. And we're going, it is not fair. It isn't actually fair. We have lost a home. We have lost a relationship because of it. You have probably gone through a divorce because of that. You have gone through many trials and errors in your relationships, in your marriage, I suppose. Okay, if I'm talking to somebody here, because of pain. And a lot of it. You know, if you are one to be very empathetic, and you are seeing the pain coming out of your family, right? You happen to just be the target of choice to project their pain onto. They in fact cannot help but to project their pain onto you. There is nobody else around them that they can project it to, and you just so happen to be the target of choice to project it onto. There is something about this recent full moon in Capricorn that has really triggered or hit a nerve, is what I'm getting here. Okay, And I'm expressing this because, you know, I too am experiencing something very heavy in my life at this time that I too am trying to understand. And let me tell you guys that when I say that this, creating this YouTube channel and having to express all of this here on my channel, you guys help me a lot. I know when I go through waves of emotions, heavy, whether it is small or big, you know, I am here. This is the place for me. This is my safe space for me to express that. And you guys help me tremendously, especially when I get a lot of you to comment back and really supporting it and understanding me, because sometimes I feel like I don't have enough people in my life to understand me and where I am with my healing. I've always known myself to be a completely different breed. And that comes with a lot of challenges on myself that I too sometimes have to go alone at it, and not having a lot of support from family members. And a lot of what Cancer season is bringing up is a lot of what happened in our childhood, in our in the home that we grew up in. Okay, there's something about this moon, okay, this recent full moon that had triggered a nerve, and is now, I feel like, is really pushing us to really see what that is. You know, Cancer season is I nurture, therefore really bringing us back to our roots, bringing us back to the home we grew up in and how that was for us growing up. And for a lot of us, we went through a lot of trauma. For a lot of us, we were in a very chaotic environment, very loud, noisy environment. And as a child, you carry that with you and you don't know what to do with that. You're just a kid. You were just a kid. How are you supposed to understand it when you were just a kid? Your parents are now just expecting you to understand it when you're just a kid. So for a lot of us, like, this is the energy I'm getting. Okay, I'm just letting this energy flow through me. And I know that if I'm feeling it too, somebody out there is feeling it too. So hear me out, collective. I'm speaking to somebody here too, that growing up, you've had to really see everything in the home that you grew up in, and you're thinking to yourself, this is normal, this is functional, when in fact it was very dysfunctional. You now carrying all of that trauma with you as an adult, and you have carried that with you growing up, and now you as an adult standing on your own and having to do it all on your own and figuring it out on your own with no support from family members. It's a lot. It's a burden. And you now finding yourself to be the one to break if you are a generational breaker, a generational breaker, okay, you having to break generational curses and habits and cycles, I'm sending you so much love and support, because I know what it's like to be in that place of having to carry it all and feeling like you have to carry it all in your family bloodline. Like you're just feeling trapped in every direction. Even in times when you feel like you have to, even in times when you're working way too hard on it, right? And you get no support. This is what I mean by you're like trapped. It's like you're being chased around by literally headless people. Like you're being chased around by soulless people. And this is what I mean, coming back to what I was saying about pain. Like, pain can be so destructive to us all, and it can break marriages and relationships and great friendships. It can break bonds. It is having to manage pain and how to manage pain, because when we're not paying attention and having to manage our pain, the pain itself can be so excruciating that now the pain is taking over our whole being and it's running our life. We aren't, in fact, growing in the right direction. We're not growing, we're not evolving when we're not paying attention to the pain. Pain is to be healed, is not to be suppressed. Pain is to really get into it and really look at where it's coming from, where it is rooted from. And all of that pain, we know collective, all of that pain is rooted in our childhood. We know this. As much as we don't want to admit it to ourselves, because sometimes it is very difficult to even admit it to ourselves, because we don't want to disappoint. We don't want to have to go through all of the heavy emotions and feelings. But when we hold on to pain, and mind you, when I say that, when we're looking at a family member, when we're looking at a sibling, when we are looking at a loved one who is holding on to pain, it hurts us too. I'm talking to somebody here, and I'm sure that you feel it too, that when you see somebody else who's in pain and you see their pain, and you just so happen to be the target of choice, when you see that pain in them and they're projecting it onto you, it hurts you. And sometimes when they really say something, to be intentionally spiteful to you, we have to remember that it is not about us. It's about them. You know what I mean? When somebody is projecting their pain onto you, we have to remember that it is not about you, collective. It is about them. It in fact has nothing to do with you, and nothing of it is involved with you. You aren't actually involved in it. Everything about it is about them. How they react to you is not about you, is about them. You just so happen to be the one there to project it onto. You're the target of choice. There is nobody around. There's nobody else around. Perhaps it is your energy, your high energy, that they're attracted to. They're in fact really attracted to, that they want to destroy. I found the perfect person to project it onto. I'm sure they can handle this, right? That's what they're thinking. I found the perfect person to project it onto, because I'm sure that they're able to handle this. This person loves everybody anyway, and they hold a lot of unconditional love. So I'm just going to choose them, and I'm going to destroy them, and I'm going to put them down. And my purpose, my intention is to destroy them and to take them down. That's how pain works. When we are not able to handle and maintain our pain can very well take over our whole entire being, and sometimes our whole entire life, ruining marriages, friendships, partnerships, jobs. And collective, I want to mention that you having to choose to heal is the best decision you can ever make for yourself and your family. Even if it takes you years, even if you feel like you are behind, it is in fact your mental health and your emotional health and your physical health that needs you the most before anything else in this world. Do you hear me? There is nothing in this world that is more important than your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health. Because without that, you are absolutely nothing, and you are not functional out there. You are not, in fact, functioning well. When you are not right in mind, in spirit, and in body. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Pain is to be healed, not to suppress. It is very disappointing to be watching our own siblings and our own family and our own friends holding on to pain and not paying attention to it. And you just so happen to be the one to project it onto. You're the target of choice. And now they're belittling you. And now they're underestimating you. And now they're gaslighting you. And now that they're gaslighting your identity, your energy, your reality. It can become so destructive to our lives, and sometimes can be very dangerous and harmful even to our children. You see, it gets to a point where pain, when not managed, also can be projected to our own children who does nothing wrong. Pain can be so excruciating that we are not able to even bear it and handle it on our own, that even we are using our own children to project it onto. There is, in fact, no justice in that. Your children are also going to carry this with them and grow old with it, and grow up and carry that with them in their adulthood for no reason whatsoever. It is the most disturbing thing to watch, to be seeing somebody who is in pain, who is not paying attention to it. And I know myself to be a very empathetic person, and when I see somebody who is in pain and they're not paying attention to it and they're using me as a target of choice, of course Kim is always going to be the target of choice. Kim has always been the target of choice, whether it be friends, family, whomever. And perhaps this is the reason why I have really separated myself from the rest, because I too get drained. I too matter. And I too am taking heed on healing parts of me who is in pain. And there, like I said, there is nobody in this world that can trigger you more than your own mother, your own father, your own siblings. It is unbearable to watch sometimes, and even to carry it on your own, especially for our cycle breakers. Like, I'm just so proud of us who are, and I just want to say this collective, like, I'm talking to some of you here. For you guys who have been really doing the inner work and grinding and doing the inner work and breaking these generational cycles and habits. I am so proud of us, and I'm sending you guys so much love and support, because god damn it, we need it. You know what I mean? Because god damn it, you need all the love and support that you don't get enough of. But you'll be grinding and working every motherfucking day and trying to get yourself out of those generational curses that we don't need. Because you are telling yourself, I don't want to have to pass this on to my children. That's right. That is in fact right. You are bringing more balance into your circle, your family, and your relationships. You're bringing back what is healthy and what is not trapping you any longer. It's become a place where pain is praised and highly praised. Ego is highly praised. Pride is highly praised. It's become a place where we just don't even know who the fuck we are anymore, because we don't have the conscience. We don't in fact have a clear, clean conscience. This place is swarming of bad conscience. We want to get to a point of having clean conscience. We want to get to a point where we are able to have a heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul conversation with our family members, our siblings, and not losing them slowly and watching ourselves disconnect and losing ourselves through pain. How hard it is for our cycle breakers to go through such experience time and 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 time again, and not having to have the appreciation. And I'm telling you, collective, I'm speaking to somebody here when I say I appreciate you for all that you do, for the inner work, and you having to grind every motherfucking day, and having to be kind to yourself and being compassionate to yourself. Because when you are kind and compassionate to yourself, and you choose to be, and you give yourself the kindness and compassion, you too are giving that to everybody else. Because you know yourself to be treating people the way that you want to be treated. That's right. You are in fact growing into somebody who is and having a clear conscience, a clean conscience, purified. Because we need more of it in this world. There is in fact not enough of that, because pain has taken over us. There's too much pain in this world. But you see, pain can also be transmuted. Pain is not to suppress. Pain is to heal from. We cannot let this place be filled with people who's just walking around dysfunctional all day, every motherfucking day. How disturbing that is to watch. And I'm speaking to somebody here. If you are one doing the best that you can and helping people and being so empathetic to people and doing the best that you can to reach out to them, God bless you. You do a lot. Your service is in fact appreciated. And I tell you guys, when I say I appreciate you for being here and showing support and being supportive always. And let me tell you that this channel would not be the way that it is if it was not for you guys. Let me tell you that. I've dedicated my time and my energy into this channel every single day. And I couldn't tell you guys the work that I've been doing to get to this point and where it is today. And I just keep, and that's all I want to keep doing, is continue on being of service to you, because it helps me heal too. I'm sending you guys so much love and support. So much love and support. And I hope that you are being a blessing to others just as much as God is being a blessing to you. I love you guys. Bye.